this game called Fugitive.
Yeah. So
The way that you
sick.
play
That's
basically
awesome.
is that you have a group of fugitives, and there's like 5 or 6 people, and then there's another group of like 15 people that are like basically chasing after these fugitives, right? And the fugitives are on foot, and I just realized I'm being taped right now, so I feel really weird telling all this, and especially to you, obviously, because I control you.
Going on
Um,
Facebook.
Anyway, so basically we're being chased by these police. They're called police, and they're in cars. We're on foot, and we have to get from one side of like a town or one side of the city to the other side of the city, like usually about 2 miles. And basically it's a game of tag. So if we get tagged as fugitives, you're out. Okay. Um, so this is the first time I ever played. I've never played this before. It's all new experience to me, and I get picked as a fugitive. So I'm pretty pumped up about that because I like running around. I'm dressed in all black and shorts. You know, I'm ready to run around. Like I leave all like we go out to the site. I leave all my like cell phone, my ID, nothing on my person. I'm ready to like jump through bushes and jump over fences and whatever. I'm ready to be like a fugitive. You know, like I'm ready to be on the run, like escape anyone tagging me. You know, I'm ready to go. And so we start, and then like right as we start, we run up this huge hill, run up this big hill, and right as I get to the top of the hill, I feel like a rumbling in my stomach. It's like, you know, and you know what that means normally, right? It's not my heart racing. Oh, I'm not hungry.
Pass gas.
Oh. Drop one.
Oh.
So I realized like I should, you know, like, I should kind of take it easy a little bit, you know. But no, because right as we get to the top of the hill, like there's a car that pulls up, and then all these people pile out of it, and what do I think immediately? I think I'm getting chased, you know. So I run away, I jump over a fence. I'm somehow separated from my entire group, and I'm like in the backyard of some stranger, just like squatting there, like I hope they don't catch me, you know. And I'm sitting there, and I realize, like, I really have to poop. I really have to poop. I have to poop so bad that it's going to come out soon. You know? And so I figured at that moment, I'm like totally by myself, and I need to take care of this. So I realized I have 3 options. I can either A, poop my pants, which is not an option. By the way, if you know what that feels like, it's not.
No.
Never an option. Number 2, I can knock on some stranger's door and ask them to use the restroom, but I'm dressed in all black, have no ID on me, have no cell phone, nothing to identify who I am, and I can knock on the door and ask them to use the restroom, and again, that's not an option really, you know, I'm not going to be able to do that. So I come to my third option. My third option is find a place to take care of business. Just go take care of business, and I realize that that's not my only option. So I find the perfect spot. I find a retention pond. You guys know what that is? When you build a new development, there's like a big fence around it. It's kind of like a pond.
Oh my
you know?
God.
It's, by the way, the middle of December, actually towards the end of December, and so everything is frozen over. So I jump the fence, I walk onto a frozen retention water, and then I start taking care of business, you know. I drop trowel, and I kind of, you know, I squat down a little bit and just do the deed. You know, I don't know if to describe it. But by the way, it's
So
like
good.
the weight of the world is coming out of my body. You know? Everything that I've ever done wrong was just like lifted out of my body.
That's awesome.
It felt incredible. But if you guys know anything about number 2, there needs to be something else that happens afterwards. Almost immediately.
Wipe.
You have to wipe. Okay, so I make a decision. I make an executive decision. Right now, I mean, at that moment, I have my I have my like black shorts at my ankles, and I'm also wearing a pair of white Champions. Champions at Costco. Anybody who wears those?
I wear Champion socks. Champion socks.
So I have these white Champions. One of my favorite pairs of underwear I've ever owned. Yeah, believe it or not, I have favorite pairs. But some of them ride up, you know. Anyway, that's too.
It's true.
So I have this pair of underwear, and I realize like this is my only option. I have to wipe with it. So I take off my underwear, I hold it best life I've ever given.
Oh my God.
Just one go around, and then I give it a grenade toss. You know, be free. You know? And it's really a weird situation. I kind of realized where I was at my life. You know, I kind of like reevaluated my life at that moment. And I realized that if anybody had ever peeked over the fence into this retention pool, they would have saw, like, at the right moment, they would have saw a little Filipino boy, half naked from the waist down, with a dirty piece of underwear in his hand. And that made me really, I was like, really? Really? Am I really doing this right now? I was shocked. I was like, this totally would happen. Anyway, so I get rid of the underwear, I put my pants back on, and I hop back over the fence. And this is kind of a little wrinkle I sometimes forget to tell, but it's in the middle of December, and people saw the Christmas lights up. And across the street from this retention pool is this house with a lot of Christmas lights out, right? And I remember seeing it and being like, oh, that's nice, you know. As I'm like, have my stomach, holding my stomach, oh, that's pretty, you know, like, it's fun. And then I jump the fence, I land, and then I like look up, and then there's this guy standing in the middle of the driveway in that house, looking me right in the eye. I'm like, oh. How do I explain this? Like, how do I explain I was just hanging out in there, you know? So I land, I make eye contact with him, and then something pops in my head. I'm like, all right, I'm just a jogger. So I land, I'm like, all right, I just jog out. I'm not checking my heart rate. You know? No big deal. It's like not a big deal at all. And so I get away from that. But he looked at me like, what are you doing here? Are you up to something? And I was, but he didn't know. Anyway, so story goes that I jumped the fence. After I jumped the fence, obviously, I ran off and I ended up winning the game. So it turned out to be pretty good. And that's the Dirty Champion story. I'm for you.